Wow, it's really it's so humbling to be the newsmaker of the year for 2024 and to know that coaches, athletes have not been named this before. And for the Charlotte Post, who's a staple in the Charlotte community, and has been for so long, to award me with this, it's a tremendous honor. And as a Charlottean, it just really touches my heart to know that I'm the recipient of this award because it's so big. As you mentioned, politicians, Harvey Gantt being the first winner, and so many others up to this point. It's it's just truly humbling. And as the leader of our football program, it's my job to be ahead of everything. And where I thought I was, this really was a snowball that just started off small and then just got bigger and bigger and bigger. And so as we're in the middle of it, it's you could just feel the momentum going every practice, every game, and it was a great feeling to have, and just to see. And when we started this, we never started out to say, hey, we want to have a win streak. We just wanted to get the best out of ourselves each day. And then you look up and 2-0, 3-0, 4-0. And at no time did we stop and say, hey guys, we can go undefeated. We did it. We just concentrated on the process. And it's really it's going to do us a lot of good how having went through these things to help us to propel us to having better things happen in the future. But being a part of this and just feeling the momentum, feeling the city of Charlotte, feeling our alumni base from all over the country. We were getting interview requests from the Sacramento Bee in California, just to know that Johnson C. Smith University is making a nationwide impact. You don't set out to do those things. We were setting out to be better than we were the day before. And then you look up and we're on college football game day 3 times. That doesn't happen for Division II programs. And just a great experience all the way around. I knew that we could do better. And as a player, when you're a player and you're in the midst of it, you don't really know what really makes great programs. What you think it is as a player is, hey, I'm just going to get out there and I'm good, and so everybody else is going to be good, and we're going to beat everyone. But as you get out of college and then you start in the profession, you start to see what it takes to be a sustained winner. It does take a supportive administration. It does take good facilities. It takes the ability to be able to go and recruit top flight football players, and it takes a university that has a great uh, degree system. And what we have that many schools don't have is we have the city of Charlotte that supports us, in which we're a drop from downtown. And so when you look at, we have our to get an education from Johnson C. Smith and to start the next phase of your life in Charlotte, North Carolina, it's really you have so many advantages. So we knew that this job had always been one that we thought could be a real successful program. The university has to be all the way bought in. You can't halfway football. You and there's no Cinderellas in football. You don't sneak up on folks in football most of the time because there's so many areas that have to be supported. You can't compete for championships if you only have 4 to 5 full-time coaches. When you're going to be competing against tops in the conference that have 8, 9, 10, you can't compete on a regular basis if you're not able to bring in good football players. And what do good football players want? Good football players want to be able to play in a nice stadium on a nice field. Well, we now have one of the best stadiums and turf fields in Division II. Good football players want to be able to lift weights, know their body's going to develop. They want to be able to lift weights in a quality weight room. You're looking at a weight room that is that has some of the better equipment in Division II, with the equipment being Sornex, one of the best weight room distributors there is. And so then you have to have the ability to have quality coaches and that can produce quality systems. And so there are a lot of things. And there are some places that might have two of the main 5 to 6, but it takes more than that. And so I'm just thrilled that our university, when 2022 came about, they said we wanted to do different. They wanted to do different in all of the areas that were going to affect the football program. And what you're seeing is the commitment to football from the university. Football, it's an expensive sport. And you look at the equipment that you, as a football player, wears: helmets, shoulder pads, different things that they need. You look at travel for football, buses, overnight trips, hotels, and we're not talking like basketball where you might just need 6 or 7 rooms, because you can have, players sharing rooms. You have 10 to 12 players on a team. You don't need a lot of rooms. In football, you're going to travel 60 to 70 players, coaches, support staff. So football is an expensive sport. And like everything in business, once you invest in something, you want a return on your investment. So you don't want to waste money. And our university, I'm just so glad that they have invested in football. And as you can see from year one, year two, year three, we have gotten better each year. And then the business side of this also, the enrollment at Johnson C. Smith has went up year one, year two, year three. So we want to continue to get better on the football field. And our university is going to continue to blossom also. I started my coaching career here in Charlotte, and then quickly moved to Texas. Went to the AFCA football convention, which was in Dallas, Texas, my very first one in 1998. It was the same time Mac Brown had went 20-2 at Carolina and just got the head job at the University of Texas. And so I went to Texas, just an eager football coach. And I met some of the high school coaches, and they said, you need to move here if you're serious. And I did it. And I saw why they said that. And so I think those type of moves to become a better coach at an early age really solidified what I wanted to do, and that I wanted to do it at a high level. But one of the keys for me, Herb, was why I didn't go the traditional route of a GA and then a position coach is, Herb, I'm a quarterback. And as a quarterback, the opportunities for African Americans to be a quarterback coach and offensive coordinator to head coach, that route was not very popular as I was coming up in coaching. And what I did know is that I'm a quarterback and I'm going to stay a quarterback. I'm going to stay in that vein. So there were other opportunities for me to be a receivers coach, defensive backs coach, linebackers coach, but my love and my passion is always going to be with quarterbacks and teaching leadership and how to run an offense and be a leader of a team. And so that's what I've been throughout my career, is a quarterback coach, and I wasn't going to budge from it. I've been a quarterback coach and an OC, and that led me to being a coordinator and then being a head coach. In high school, as you mentioned, a head coach at Olympic High School here in Charlotte, and then West Charlotte, and then across the border in Chester, at Chester High School, where we did some good things there. And then I jumped into college and wow, was an offensive coordinator at a lot of different places before my first head coaching opportunity at Fort Valley State University. What's next is is the planning and the evaluating of myself, first off, to make sure that I'm doing everything I can to be better for my coaches, for the program, and for the university. I'm not going to be the same coach that took the field in 24. I'm not going to be the same coach in 25. I'm going to be a better coach. I'm going to be a better leader. I'm going to be a better follower of my administration, whatever they'd like me to do. I'm going to be better in every kind of way, because I'm going to ask that every coach and every player that they're better. And so I'm going to put the work into myself to make sure that I visit the right people, visit the right schools, read the right books, that I'm going to be a much better coach in 25 so that we get better results. Because as you said before, I'm the chief, I'm the leader. And so it's my job to help make us better. And part of that, a lot of times with just us living this life that we're living, a lot of times some of the toughest things that we'll have to do in life is look in that mirror and see what we see in that mirror. And we have to look in that mirror and see where, do the tough work, do the tough work, and that tough work is saying, I might have made some mistakes. I did make some mistakes. Okay, what we did well, okay, how can we make it better? And so that's the work that has to be done. That's the work that is being done. And that's the work that's going to propel us to be better in 25.